So you may or may not be aware that this weekend is the United States Grand Prix for Formula One at Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. And you may or may not also be aware that starting next year, IndyCar will also have a race at the Circuit of the Americas. It'll be the second round of the championship after St. Petersburg. And this has been a kind of love it or hate it sort of thing. I certainly kind of fall into the category of hate it. Circuit of the Americas is not one of my favorite circuits, though I have to admit it's not a bad one to actually drive on. So we're going to have to see exactly what the kind of racing we might be able to expect from IndyCars at Circuit of the Americas. Now certainly this is not the type of track that IndyCars usually go to. It's very, very wide, it's very, very long, and there's potential that the cars could get very spread out. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, one of the big keys to this track and this car in Project Cars 2 is the amount of tire wear that is accumulated on this circuit. With the high-speed corners, that really puts quite a strain on the tires. So in this 10-lap race, it's going to be very crucial to keep the tires from overheating or wearing out throughout the race, and being able to manage those tires is going to be kind of the key to victory. Another real quick point is that this car track combination on the Potato Xbox One really strains the CPU of the Xbox One. So there are a lot of things that may go wrong during this. Certainly I've already noticed some physics problems, even though I've turned the amount of AI down significantly from the 14 generally you can use on Xbox One. I think it has something to do with the length of the track, the complexity of the physics with the IndyCars, and the amount of tire wear on this particular track. I think the tire model is very advanced on this game, and when it's really working, that means the computer has trouble actually rendering everything properly so that you actually get the proper experience. So with that all out of the way, let's go racing in Austin, Texas at Circuit of the Americas for IndyCars. So we're coming down for the start here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, and because we are in Texas, I'm running the AJ Foyt Copenhagen throwback livery, and so hopefully repping AJ in Texas will be some good karma. But here we go, underway and racing up Phil Hill here on the main straightaway, and the very wide first corner where you can really spread out, but you do have to be careful. It is possible to get into a little bit of trouble as we head down Phil Hill now and almost into the S's as we make a pass on Graham Rahal in behind Ryan Hunter-Reay. Got to be very careful here through the S's. Ooh, car very pushy through there. Some of that is physics because of the cars being all grouped together. The game does not like it very much, so you have to be very careful. Don't hit the curbs too much because that'll really upset everything, and you'll go spinning very early on. But we are working down. Ooh, careful there, David. Into the hairpin before the back straightaway, and somebody decided to hip check me there. Gabby Chavez. Thanks, bud. Thought I gave him more than enough room, but regardless, we're going to go down the back straightaway here. Chavez is going to get a huge run, and I managed to outbrake him into the hairpin at the end of the back straight. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold off Gabby Chavez. I know that I'm about 2 seconds faster in the final sector of this course, particularly in the Istanbul section here, which is actually quite fun, but again, it is kind of a ripoff of the Istanbul triple apex corner. Woo! Got a little bit of curb there, a little bit more curb than I would have otherwise liked to have. It was a little wide on that corner as well. So we're going to complete lap 1 here at Austin, Texas. Going to actually be able to use the push to pass this time. We're going to try to kind of stay within the IndyCar rules, and you're not allowed to use push to pass until lap 2, because they don't want you using them on the starts and restarts for whatever reason. See if we can attack the S's a little bit better now that the field is a little bit more spread out. Down a gear. A little bit better through there. On the throttle. Yeah, I know. I know what I'm doing. Alright, going to use a push to pass, hopefully to pull away from Chavez, which it looks like I'm going to be able to do right now. So now it's going to be eyes focused forward on James Hinchcliffe, who's the next car in line. The one I'm trying to chase down here. Ooh, that won't be good for tire wear. Locked up the brakes, went in a little too late. Was trying to maintain my straightaway speed there, and it wasn't the best idea in the entire world, if I'm going to be honest. And all the way into first gear, find an apex. Alright, let's try this again. Better through here, definitely getting some push though, definitely scrubbing the tires quite a bit. Brake lockup, which isn't a great idea. You can see the amount of distance I was able to put on Chavez right there. And I actually braked too early for Phil Hill that time. So into the S's, I kind of missed the first apex. That'll probably screw me up. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Fastest first sector you've done so far. Great job.
Oops. Well, thank God for runoff area. There's plenty. Lord knows there's plenty of it on the track, so I guess I got saved right there. Went a little too hard into Mickey Mouse, and it didn't work out for me. So now down the back straightaway, definitely lost some time again to James Hinchcliffe through that first sector. Let's see if we can lock it down here a little bit better this time. A little bit better, at least I didn't lock the brakes up. Woohoo! Car was dancing through there. First gear, hard on the accelerator. Now use the Istanbul corner to my great effect. Actually got the apex of that corner right, or correctly that time. Work it back out onto the front straightaway. Trying to keep track of the laps, so we've completed 3 laps because we've got 8 push to pass left. Remember, I didn't use one on the first lap. And we're no HUD squad, or at least minimal HUD squad if at all possible. There we go, that's a better entry. Little wide through there. Gear, find apex this time without running wide, which I did. Probably lost a little bit more time than I would have otherwise liked through there, and I'm getting the car high-sided on the curb, which isn't a good idea either. And then locking up the brakes because we're driving too hard again. On the push to pass, down the back straightaway, bringing it up through the gears. If I could just get in the back of James Hinchcliffe, we'd be in good shape, but right now, look like it's going to happen at the moment. All the way down to first gear. Much better.
That's your fastest second sector so far. Keep it up.
I don't want to jinx it, but the car actually doesn't feel like it's burning its tires off nearly as much as it was in practice. But that may be because I actually reduced the AI even further from when I practiced. The amount of AI, I should say. So maybe that's actually helped with the tire wear. The calculations aren't getting confused. We'll just have to wait and see. On the throttle out of the corner. So completing lap number 4 right about now.
Let's pick the pace up a little bit now, mate. You're putting in some consistent time, but we need to push now.
Again, braking way too early for Phil Hill. You have to kind of remember that that's uphill, and it'll actually help you braking. So you can brake a little bit later because physics themselves are trying to slow you down through it. Woo! Or gravity, I should say, is trying to slow you down. Ooh, that's a big push. That's a big push.
Driver in front got a 3-second lead. You've still got the
Ah, that was a mistake. I hate that corner so much. I hate that corner so much. It's just like off-camber, understeer, heaven. No fun. Alright, so we're going to have to draft Chavez, which I think I'll be able to do very easily down the back straightaway, especially with push to pass. 180 miles an hour down through the gears. Nope, we're going to lock up the brakes. So yeah, I think now I'm starting to wear my tires out a little bit. You can't be a hero on the brakes anymore. It's almost like I'm going to have to cool the tires down maybe. Or I might be able to gain on him through Istanbul. We'll see. Use the car, David. A little bit of a... Woo! A little bit of a lockup behind Chavez. That's late. That's late. Oh, a little bit of contact. Just a little bit of contact. I hope that didn't damage anything too badly, but we'll see. We head up the straight. We'll try to pull out and pass him down here in turn 1. Oh, oh, completely locked up, completely crossed up, and managed to get the job done. That was a send and a half right there. A send and a half. But I've definitely used the tires up. There's no doubt about it. Now it's starting to feel a little bit funky. So I got to be careful here for the next couple of corners. Just kind of be careful with it, baby it. Cool the tires off a little bit. The godsend is the back straightaway. It's a nice long part of the track where there's not going to be any... Well, that's not going to help. Oh, Chavez again. A hip check. So it's a very tough race between me and Gabby Chavez. That brake lockup again just not going to help. And now the wheel's starting to act funky. Hoorah, hoorah. Oh, out on the curb. My braking zones are definitely a lot longer now than they were previously. Into Istanbul. Yeah, big push through there. Still not completely lost the guys in front of me. If I would quit locking up the tires, I think I'd be in good shape to chase them down. So we can complete lap number 6. A little bit timid on the throttle there. And the brakes, to be honest. Babying it through the S's. Trying to conserve the tires, cool them down a little bit. On the throttle on the way out.
Think about defending from that guy behind.
Ooh, again a brake lockup, and here comes Chavez. So we're going to have to battle with him again. He's so good on the brakes down there. But no problem. Push to pass. Got me around Chavez fairly easily. Now it's going to be the question of being able to brake into the hairpin, which I was able to do. There we go. Okay, Graham Rahal now kind of helping me out a little bit by going side by side with Chavez, but he wasn't on the preferred line through there. Car was understeering terribly through this section now. We've really used the tires up quite a bit. On to Istanbul, no time to try to conserve through here. Definitely a lot of time to be gained. Ooh, out wide, no bueno, no bueno. All the way down, find the curb, and then on the throttle again. Down the main straight. Across the line. Oh, the tire wear is so real. There's just, I mean, it's just sliding around so much now. The grip levels are not what they used to be. Start of this race. I've actually been able to gap the guys behind me, so I might be in better shape than I may have feared. There we go. Finally didn't lock the brakes up through there. On the push to pass. Again. So we're getting towards the end of this race with only 3 pushes to pass to go, meaning 3 laps to go. Or I guess 2.5 now.
That's your fastest second sector. Keep it up. Nice one.
There you go, fastest second sector. Not sure if that means a whole lot, but it does mean I'm running pretty decently right now. Can't complain too much. All right. So the next lap when I come onto the main straightaway, I'm going to use the push to pass, I think. I got to make sure, yeah. Because the next lap is the final one. So I'm going to use it on 2 parts of the track. Woo! Just big time push again. So much push. I can just see Hinchcliffe up there. Hard on the brakes. Didn't find that apex particularly well. But again, I'm at least able to stay away from Chavez. So we'll be coming up to 1 lap to go next time around. All the way down in the gearbox. Up through the gears again. Down into second gear. Nope. Tires did not want to cooperate there. Just, yeah, they're toast through here. I'd almost wonder if my brakes weren't working anymore. All right, so we're going to use the second to last push to pass off the corner here and up Phil Hill. Down into first gear. Ooh, big oversteer out of there. These tires are probably absolutely on their last leg. No doubt about it. Down a gear. Down another gear. Ooh! Lose it there, David. Thank you for the runoff there, COTA. Appreciate it. That had been a gravel trap, oh, my race would have been over. All the way down into first gear, still carried way too much speed into there. And now down the back straightaway for the final time. Doesn't look like they'll be able to pull in and catch Hinchcliffe. For the most part, I have to say, this race has been kind of a parade, no doubt about it. Woo! So I locked the brakes up outside of a little bit of a huge battle with Chavez throughout this race. Everything else hasn't particularly been the most interesting thing in the world. It's an interesting track to drive, like I said in the intro, though. We just have to wait and see what it's like in real life. So we're not going to be able to catch up to James Hinchcliffe. We'll come off of the final corner. And we'll do a solid AJ Foyt racing style performance and just kind of exist in the race as we cross the line and finish here at COTA. The wheels going nuts. Physics have finally broken themselves. At least we made it to the end of the race. Actually, real quick, let's take a look at the tire wear. Oh, yeah. Those things were toast. So keep this prediction in mind. Project Cars predicts that Marco Andretti will win the inaugural Circuit of the Americas IndyCar race with Carlos Munoz in second, though I don't know if Carlos Munoz even has a ride or is even considered for a ride for next year. We'll just have to wait and see. I guess you could say that's Zach Beach. Then we've got an AJ Foyt car on the podium, and then down through the rest of the field, you can see where your favorite IndyCar driver finished, and I managed to take 7th. Still managed to hold off Gabby Chavez, so nothing too bad there. So that was IndyCar at COTA. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting race in the world, though I suspect the real life one isn't going to be very exciting either. Just a bit of a feeling on that one, but regardless, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the United States Grand Prix this weekend. I know I will try to, or at least attempt to, because it's always nice to have Formula One in your home time zone, because then you don't have to get up at 5 in the morning. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe for more motorsport, IndyCar, and Project Cars content. We'll see you in the next video.